Hello, my name is Aleisha and welcome to the Nurse RX. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Join the family. We talk all things medical. We do cooking. I stated in my previous videos, I am a multifaceted woman, so you're going to get a plethora of a lot of different things. So please feel free to join our Nurse RX family. And in today's video, I will be discussing my hiatal hernia 2.5-year update. My 3-year anniversary is May of this year. I had it repaired back in 2022 because I suffered greatly from GERD symptoms. I used to have severe acid reflux where it would go up and it would literally feel like the acid would go up and burn the back of my skull. It took me like an hour to eat the most smallest amounts of food because my food would get stuck or it would take forever to go down. Just constant pain. I didn't have breathing difficulties. I do get a lot of questions. Hey, did you have a difficult time breathing? I didn't have breathing difficulty. It was more just pain, the acid reflux. It was all those things. So I will link those videos in the description box below. If you want to go back and check out those videos, please feel free to do so. But in today's video, I'll be giving you my 2.5-year update. If you see me looking down, I do have some notes in front of me. I wrote some things down so I don't forget anything. So the first thing, I get a lot of questions in regards to, has my symptoms returned? Do I have any regrets? My diet, lifestyle update, everyday life, and lessons learned. So first I'm going to start with how am I doing and do I have any regrets? Well, as of today, I am doing phenomenal. Great. Acid reflux has not returned at all. I do not have any symptoms. Like I told you before, I used to get really severe acid reflux. It would come up through my esophagus, feel like it was burning the back of my skull. And that was just not a sometimes thing. That was a everyday, every few minutes type thing. And imagine living with that for 2 years. I had a really bad experience with an endoscopy from a previous doctor. And I was so afraid to go back that I was like, I'll just have to live with these symptoms because when the doctor did my endoscopy, not my surgeon, but a doctor who did my endoscopy previously to them finding it told me, no, I did not have a hiatal hernia. And in fact, he had nicked my esophagus. So whenever I would try to drink or swallow anything, it was severe pain. So I lived in pain for over a year. On top of the other previous year, I was dealing with the symptoms and everything just progressively got worse. So when I finally decided to go to the doctor, I was like, let me go take care of this issue. And that's when I went to a new doctor, had a new endoscopy done, finally diagnosed with a hiatal hernia, referred to a surgeon and got everything repaired. Everything has been repaired and I have been doing great ever since then. That was May 2022 when I had it done. Do I have any regrets? Absolutely not. No regrets whatsoever. Because at one point I was determining or thinking to myself, God, can I live with this for the rest of my life? I'm going to have to because the doctors are not finding anything. They say I'm okay. But I'm like, something's wrong. These symptoms are not normal. And I kept asking, do I have a hiatal hernia? I specifically asked that because I am a nurse. I'm a registered nurse. So I knew the symptoms. I knew what to expect. I'm like, something is wrong. But they were always telling me no. So I kept going back for second opinions. And I finally got to the right doctor who says, yes, you not only do you have a hiatal hernia, it is a grade 3. So it was pretty bad. It was stuck up through my diaphragm. So yes, no regrets whatsoever. If I had to do it all over again, I would absolutely do it all over again because it was the pain versus the rest of my life. And I choose the rest of my life over living with this forever. It's just something that I could not have lived with. It was too severe. It was too painful. Having the surgery really changed my life. I have a better quality of life. I'm not in pain anymore in regards to the hiatal hernia and the GERD and the acid reflux or none of that. It was extremely painful for me to the point where I could barely play with my child. My quality of life was just horrible. I dreaded eating because everything would get stuck and it would hurt. The episode where I decided, okay, I've got to go back to the doctors, when I chewed on the smallest amount, it was this small, of chicken, did not have any water. I was just sitting in my car with my son and my brother, and I choked. I choked. And at that time, my brother was in the store and I was sitting in the car with my son. I'm gasping for air because I can't really breathe because of that. My brother finally gets back to the car, runs back to the store, grabbed me some water, and I was like, that's it. I could have lost my life in this car choking off a piece of chicken. So I'm like, no, I've got to do something about this. So having that done, having the surgery really changed my life. I'm able to enjoy my foods a little bit better, a lot better. There's some foods I still stay away from. I will get into that shortly, but it's just my quality of life is just so much better, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Next, diet. Has my diet changed? I still do not consume beef. My doctor did inform me, and I just know just through, I guess, my own medical knowledge or just knowledge in general, that beef takes a very long time to digest. And when when you have a hiatal hernia surgery, they're basically making your hole smaller so your stomach is not protruding through your diaphragm, as that was in my case. So if your food is taking a long time to digest, it just sits there. It just sits in your stomach. And when you have those kind of surgeries, you have to keep in mind, got to drink a lot of fluids. I will get to that very, very shortly. It's important because, yes, even though you may not be eating the same foods you ate before or in different different quantities of food, you still have to make sure the food you do eat goes down past that closing that they made for you, because yes, it does stop the GERD, but then you still got to get that food down that esophagus and down that junction. You have to do it. Water, 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 liquids, liquids, liquids. I don't care what you're eating, you have to do it just to make sure those contents go all the way down from your esophagus into your stomach, okay? I've made slight modifications to my diet. I know in previous videos I've stated I stay away from all red sauces. If I do eat a red sauce now, like a spaghetti or something to that nature, I make sure lots of liquids. I make sure I flush everything down in my system. So my water intake is really, really good. I can't drink as fast as I used to. And when I say fast, I mean like just chug water down like I used to. Because when they do wrap your fundus around the top part of your esophagus, or however they do it to make the hole smaller, to me, my stomach is not as big as it used to be. So I can't consume as much at one time as I would like to. Back in the day, to chug water, chug, 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 be able to eat a good amount of food and be okay. Now I have to eat, stop, and then when I'm ready to eat again, I will do that. Let's see, what do I have here? Breads. Yes, I do eat breads. I try to stay away from thick breads. If I do want to indulge in it every once in a while, what did I just mention? Key. Water, liquids, liquids, liquids. And don't just take big chunks of the bread at a time. Eat it slowly because, it's still thick. Even though, you don't have the acid reflux anymore, you still don't want to get it stuck up in that area. So lots of liquids to get it down. Everything has just been going great as far as my diet. I haven't changed a whole lot, still no beef. If I do eat thick breads, it's very in small amounts, or I, break off little pieces at a time and chew it that way. I do get full faster because I say, like, my stomach feels smaller. Let's see what else. Lifestyle and everyday life. like I stated before, a lot of things, everything has improved for me in that area. I'm not struggling in regards to like getting out of bed because I'm in pain or dealing with the constant acid reflux and things of that nature. My symptoms have not returned. I am able to work out. However, I do not lift heavy. I do not want to put any strain on my body. Me personally, I don't like to lift heavy anyways. I'm not trying to bulk, I'm just trying to tone. So the most I would probably do in regards to like arm weights is 10 to 15 pounds. But that's just me. Like I am more into toning than bulking up. I do not want to look bulky. I just want to make sure my body is really toned. And I feel great. Lessons learned. This is something new that I have not added previously because it's something that I've had to experience over the past few years. And now going through what I've gone through in regards to different medical situations, I know my body and I know what may cause what. So, say for instance, you're taking vitamins or you go to the doctor and they prescribe you medications, especially medications I'm taking because of different diagnoses. Like last year I had pneumonia. I had to take doxycycline. That was torturous on my upper area here. It felt like I had ulcers just created all through my diaphragm, my esophagus, because like I say, when you're taking medications, no matter how big or small they are, you still got to keep in mind that your opening is not as large as it used to be. It may be a little bit smaller, so it has to go through those openings. Whenever you're taking those medications, please make sure you're drinking lots of water. About 3 weeks ago, I was diagnosed with the flu. So I had to take Tamiflu and prednisone due to the inflammation and the symptoms I was having. It was pretty bad. And I noticed when I took those medications, I started to get those symptoms where it was really, really painful in my diaphragm area, like where they make that closing at. And due to my research and just knowing what I know now from when I took the doxycycline last year, the medications you take, make sure you do research on those because some medications may cause digestive issues. Tamiflu and prednisolone can cause digestive issues. So if you're taking any type of medication, make sure you do research on those and to discuss those with your doctor. So from now on, moving forward, if I were to take medications, I need to ask for them in liquid form because those pills, for me, get stuck at that juncture. And so when they're breaking down and disintegrating, it's just sitting there. It's just sitting there. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. I don't know why. And I'm like, light bulb goes off. Last year, doxycycline did not get past my little closure, sitting there, just eating away at my little lining. I felt like it was just like, just eating away at my diaphragm and my esophagus at the bottom, at the junction. And I was in a lot of pain. I took myself off my Tamiflu and my prednisone for my flu that I had about 3 to 4 weeks ago because I knew the symptoms it was causing. I was having to take ibuprofen 800 to combat the pain I was having from the Tamiflu and the prednisone. So I'm taking pills just to combat the other pills' symptoms. And I was like, this is weird. This is not right. So knowing what I knew my doctor would always tell me whenever you start to feel that, to take, I forgot exactly what it's called, omeprazole or something to that nature for the GERD. And I knew I had some from my doctor prescribed that to me last year. I took one of those and it helped calm all that inflammation that I was having right here underneath my breastbone and like at my diaphragm area where that junction would go out leading to your stomach. It calmed everything down. I took myself off the medication and I just healed, the best way I could through teas and honey and things like that. So whenever you're taking medication, know what side effects it can cause. Talk to your doctor about it. If you can get it in a liquid form, do that because those pills can get stuck and they will hurt. very, very bad if they can't get past that junction and you're just taking medication after medication. I'm taking like 5 prednisone a day, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's like, it was horrible. I'm like, oh my God. Yes, it did help with my inflammation because my throat was extremely inflamed that I literally did not have a voice. I could not talk. If I tried to scream, it would sound like a whisper. And all the junk that was inside of me, like it felt like it was here and it was headed to my chest to set up again for pneumonia for the when I was diagnosed with flu. I'm like, oh, this is gonna head to pneumonia. I feel it. It just kept going down. That's why they started me on the Tamiflu to help combat the symptoms so I can kind of start to feel better easily. I did things at home like nasal steams to help break up that mucus, to get it loosened up, to get it out so it didn't just kept going down because I can't naturally get that stuff up. I've never learned how to. Blowing my nose is one thing, but trying to really get it from your chest like some people can, or my throat, I can't do it. So yes, when you're taking medications, make sure you talk to your doctor in regards to liquid form, if available, or asking your doctor for maybe a different type of medication that may not cause digestive issues for you if you've had a hiatal hernia repair. That's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have more content coming up in regards to more medical videos and just other things that I do in my life, cooking. You're gonna see a lot of things coming up in the very near future that I'm pretty excited about. So thank you guys so much for joining my channel. Please hit that subscribe button, subscribe to my channel. Please hit that like button. Leave a comment below if you have any questions in regards to hiatal hernia repairs, hiatal hernias, things of that nature, diet, medications, lifestyle. Please leave them in my comment box below. I am very, very good at getting back to comments fairly quickly, within 24 hours or less. And I always respond back if the questions are appropriate. Share with your friends. Share this video with your friends. I'm trying to really grow my channel, you guys. I love talking all things medical. I love cooking. I love just life. I love life. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful day and God bless you. Bye.